Everything is spiritual. So everything is God. All that is God. We are God. We are existence. We are life. There's no opposite to any of those. So, what does that mean that everything is spiritual? Everything that we do is a spiritual lesson. And we definitely, as a human race, are not taught that. Everything that we're going through is to raise our vibration. It is a spiritual experience. So, every choice, every decision, everything that we do is a reflection of our consciousness, our level of consciousness, where we're at in any given moment, and how we align to that. So when we think about that, everything that we do is spiritual. So everything that we put into our body, from food to medication, everything is energy. Everything has a vibration. And what are some of the most high vibrational foods? Are ones that the earth is producing for us to be life sustaining. They're giving it to us so that we can receive that nutrients into our body. So I think about apples, vegetables that are grown from the earth, fruit trees, you name it. Those are all high vibrational foods. And when we are in alignment, that's what we're going to want to be eating. Our body is very intuitive. It knows. It's a perfect vessel. It's housing our DNA that spells God eternal within the body. That 1 gram of our DNA houses 13.5 billion years of data, which is the exact age of the universe. So think about that. Everything that we do is a spiritual choice. Whether that's even working out, that's a spiritual choice. Are we doing stuff to attune our body to be able to transcend and ascend to a higher frequency? Not from a state of lack or a state of punishment or a state of unworthiness, which you absolutely can act from those states of being. And then what you keep getting is you never get anywhere because you keep coming back to the starting point. So when I look at shifting to everything is spiritual and I'm just moving my body to keep it healthy as a temple of my soul, that shifts my relationship of how I show up in the gym and what I'm doing and what I'm actually looking to accomplish. And to love that body, like going to the gym to me is an act of love, a love for myself, to align myself to a higher vibration, because I'm keeping my body attuned and available for the highest frequency. And I've said this before, but our body is a reflection of our consciousness. And you can be super fit. That doesn't mean you're super conscious. That's not the point. Our body is a reflection of our consciousness in the sense of how are we orientated? Do we understand that we are our soul? We are an energy. We are light. And we're here to attune to that highest frequency. And everything that we do is a reflection of that. So think about the choices that we make. Everything that we do is spiritual. Everything we do is a spiritual lesson. When we're at work, what we choose to do, who we choose to call, what we choose to attend or be in attendance of, our relationships, everything is spiritual. Everything is a relationship. Everything is God. So we exist in relationship because we are God to all of that. So all we have to do is understand and understand that everything I'm doing is an attunement to my highest frequency. And how do I make decisions from that place? Because what we've been conditioned to do and what we experience is, if we tune into the vast majority of it, it starts from lack. If you do this, you're going to feel better. But what happens is, when we don't remember our starting point of being God, of being source, of being the highest vibrational, authentic version of ourselves, we then just circle back to lack. So how do you tune into the energetics of what you're looking to accomplish? It's a game of energetics. Everything that we do is feeling into the energy around us to create space for the expansion of our souls outward for the whole world to experience. Everything that we choose and do isn't siloed or separate from, it's part of the greater cosmos and the greater good. And as we attune, we start to make choices that align with that attunement. And we turn off or we turn on, and we are no longer in a slumber or a state of unconsciousness where we're making decisions from a state of lack or a state of ego. And if we remember what the Course in Miracles teaches us, it talks about how the ego is our own energy working against us. That illusion of our separate self that's keeping out of us out of alignment with the knowingness that we are an emanation of God. So when we tune into that we're an emanation of God, everything that we do is a reflection of the emanation, and we match the vibrational frequency, and we start to find things that match our own frequency. So everything is spiritual. There's not one thing that you do that is not linked to your spiritual growth as a human being on this planet. From your intake of food, to exercise, to your business, and what you do in the world that we perceive at the egoic level as self or job or for profession, however you name that. But everything is a spiritual lesson.